He's a
taking
good
it
buddy.
back. No, I'm definitely taking it back. I'm taking it right back to Wharton, New Jersey. I'm gonna be like, oh, you was getting your ass kicked by Von Lilas, huh? Okay, all these ball drills meant nothing. All right,
the greatest.
He's a good dude, man.
Damian Adams is the best women's trainer in the, I'm going to say fucking world.
In the world.
And that's his, because he gets in there with them.
Mm-hmm.
He gets in there with them. He trains them like guys. So the bad part about it is all of a sudden you're going to enhancement for AEW or WWE, and both companies, every company wants to have Damian Adams girls on there.
Yep.
Because they're all hot, they're all fundamentally sound. They get it.
Mm-hmm.
They know how to get over, or they know to put somebody over, or how much to give, how much to take, and they're all professional. And of course, Damian's got it made. He's in the car, and it'll be him and 5 broads in the car. And he's laughing, and I'm going, damn, my pants are fucking tight. Excuse me. So but all those top girls come out of his school, and he's got some top guys. But the girls, I mean, do you think I want to watch a bunch of guys like Ray Jazz?
Remember, I was going to beat his ass that time too. Remember?
No, he's all American. You don't want.
He's all American. You got to be careful. He's definitely all American. He knows.
Oh, really? Can we not rib in wrestling anymore?
Oh, okay, yeah. I said I had a thick and extra long phallus, so I guess I am ribbing everybody. You can attest to that, can't you?
Oh my!
Definitely a rib.
Huh?
How many times have you met Rip?
Oh my gosh, too many to count.
Okay, so it's been
I've known Rip for a long time.
Okay, so I don't. You're good then.
Oh yeah,
she knows I'm hot. She knows I got swag.
Yes, he's got all the flavor. Where do you think I get this from? I get this flavor because it's inspired by Rip.
Oh, stop it!
See, and he has long hair. Before he didn't have long hair, he had the short cut hair. Now he has long hair, so. You're looking good, Rip.
Yeah, I told you, man.
Oh, I'm just.
So he keeps cutting it across the bangs, though, with his like.
Why are you giving yourself bangs? I don't understand that.
It gets in his face, so he cuts.
It gets in my face, so I gotta cut it off.
Just pull it back real quick. Get the man gun ready. You gotta get your man gun.
But then when I put the comb through there, and you can see it's really 4 hairs, and they're 4 sort of thick hairs.
Hey, now that you told him to let the bangs grow out, he'll do it.
I'm gonna let.
I've told
him. We gotta do man bun Rip.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Gotta have the man bun.
So can you tell us the first time you met Rip? Do you remember? Were you smartened up? Did Damien say, "Okay, I got this guy Rip coming in. You gotta what?" Anything like that? What was your first impressions of Rip? Do you remember anything?
This was actually before I even joined Damien's school. So I met Rip. It was during a seminar in New Jersey at a school, IWF. And I used to go there for like a couple months. It was like 6 to 8 months. And Sean Donovan, he inspired me a lot during my time there. And he was like, listen, I know a great place where you can go, who you can learn better from, where you can get your career really going. And he said, I think you should come to a Rip Rogers seminar that I'm going to host because one of my good friends, Damian Adams, he's great with women. He's going to be there. And a female that he's been really pushing and helping out, her name is Deanna Perrazzo. She'll be there as well. So I had just started following Deanna and I was watching her stuff and I was really enjoying it. And I was like, okay, I'm down. Let's do it. So I went to the Rip Rogers seminar and I did a drill. And after I did the drill, Damien pulled me to the side and he critiqued me in a way that I've never been critiqued before being in this school. And it really just fascinated me. And I was like, I want to learn more from this person. Like I thought at first Damien was in Florida. So I was like, I can't get to Florida. But then when I realized he was 30 minutes from my house, I said, I immediately messaged him and said, can I come to your school? Can I start training? And he said, absolutely. I trained with him for a week. And after a week, I said, I'm not going back to this other school. I'm staying with Damien because I know he's going to just put me in the right path because he's doing the same thing with Deanna. And then he started doing the same thing with Karen. And I said, I know I'm in good hands. And then from there, we just took off from there. And then Rip would come by the school every now and then when he's in town. He would come by the school and we would just learn more from Rip. I didn't
You
get to
didn't
come
learn
back.
nothing. You didn't
I
learn
did,
nothing
Rick.
from me. All
I
we
learned
did
a
was
lot.
we
You
had a
cussed
good
us out.
time. We told stories.
Told stories.
I would just be sort of looking at you.
You would put us in the promo test though. You would do the promo test with us. You would throw a topic out there, right? And then we would have to cut a promo based off the topic. A lot of people couldn't do that. We would have the students and they couldn't do that. So I learned that from you.
There you go,
I
Rip.
learned a lot besides just looking hot.
Oh God, yeah. You don't have to remind me. My eyes, I got my glasses cleaned off now, so I can see a little bit better.
So before that, how long were you into wrestling? So,
Since I was like 5.
no, I mean actual in the like training at all. You said you were somewhere before that seminar.
Yeah, so I was in that school for about 6 to 8 months.
Okay.
And then I went to RIP seminar, and then from there I immediately joined with Damian Adams and Team Adams. So
go ahead and talk about being 5 then. So you were a wrestling fan growing up, because a lot of people nowadays they try other things and they don't make it, so then they go to the performance center or whatever and try to get signed that way. Mm-hmm. But if you were a fan growing up then.
Yeah, I was myself. I actually was such a tomboy growing up that anything my cousin did, I wanted to do. So he was really big in wrestling. So I just sat down, didn't know what it was. I was like, these two guys are just fighting. So it was different from boxing, and I was intrigued by it. So I just kept watching it, and I became addicted to it, more addicted than he was. And I will always want to order pay-per-views. I would do my chores early so my mother could pay for the pay-per-views. I would always come home and say, hey, I got like an A+ on a test. Can I get rewarded? Let me order the pay-per-view. And just different ways that I can just watch more wrestling. And I did. And I was like, oh, this is something I really want to do. Like, I really want to be a professional wrestler, but I just didn't know how to go about it. So once I got out of high school, I tried college, and it didn't work for me. So I just started, I did what everybody else did. I went on to Yahoo and I just looked up wrestling schools in New Jersey, and the IWF came up first, and I went there, and then that's how the story came about meeting Damian and Rip.
Wow.
She's just hot.
So once you started,
that's all I care about.
Yeah, we have to get Rip out of here so we can. You got take this to like a private online chat or something, maybe Bumble.
Yeah, well, Bumble is the best because she's got a swipe. She got a swipe on me. That means
I got to swipe right.
If she's on Bumble, that means hey, she already wants to do me.
Is that?
Yeah. So Tinder, I gotta see if I can hook up with her, and then she can turn me down. But if you get on Bumble, oh no, she's ready.
Is that really true? Does Bumble does the girl have to swipe?
Bumble, I think you have to swipe right or something like that. But I think the Bumble, the Tinder, the Plenty of Fish, that's just it's outdated. Like, go on eHarmony or something.
Apparently, Rip's on all of them. I don't know. Sounds like.
Are you on farmersonly.com?
What now?
Are you on farmersonly.com?
Farmers Only? What the hell is that?
You be lonely at farmersonly.com.
Don't worry, I'll have you on my just only.
Just go on eHarmony. It's more.
Rip's got swag. He doesn't need that.
Hey, I just walk into the place and bitches be lined up, getting ready. Shit, they want somebody with experience. Somebody with that. They want somebody with that super tongue. Talking that shit.
Well, he wants to be a grandpa with a mask on OnlyFans.
I'm going to have the mask on, right, and take my teeth out, and you just see the tongue going through the mask and everything. Now I can have Tasha Steelz all chained up and everything, and her just and just stuff juicing out of there. Hell yeah!
Rip. You gotta know what you're doing. Don't talk about it, Rip.
Huh? Yeah, no kidding. Don't talk about it.
Talk about it, Rip.
I think that's my thing.
We're gonna get banned on YouTube here pretty soon.
We're definitely getting canceled. That's okay, but
See?
Well, fuck, I've been canceled my whole life, so who cares?
I approve of all this.
Okay. All right. Did you hear that, YouTube? She approves of all this.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. She likes it all. She can FaceTime me later.
We had a Michael Costello. We'll get to your question a little bit. We'll get to
I'm
that.
talking to Tasha Steelz.
Yeah, I know he has different, like an AEW question, so we'll get to that later. Hey, Buckshot
I wanna
Kid.
see
I'm not
Tasha
in AEW.
Steelz.
I can't answer an AEW question. I'm not in AEW.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said we'd ask him later. He was on here before you, since you were running a little late.
Yeah,
so,
since you had errands to do.
errands to run.
And then
so.
what it is you couldn't get your lazy ass out of bed, and you had to eat right.
And then I had to let that digest.
That's
and then
right.
I went to the gym.
Now, what she was doing, she was just teasing me.
But somebody was asking about Fire and Flava. How did that come about?
Ooh.
Fire and Flava. Okay, so Kiera Hogan, who is the Fire, she and I have been friends since 2016. And we've been very, very close ever since we met. And I've always wanted to know, like, all right, so I know how to do extra work for WWE. I would know how to do extra work for Ring of Honor. I was trying to figure out if it was different in Impact, and it was. She was telling me, hey, just come and show up. Just show up and let them see your face. Be in the way, but not really be in the way. So they can be like, okay, who's this girl? What does she do? So I started doing that for a while. I did that for like a couple of loops that they were on in the Northeast area. And finally, like Scott D'Amore, he went up to Gail Kim and he was just like, who's this girl? Like, what does she do? Is she signed anywhere? And I think Gail was like, no, she's here. She wants to be here. She wants to work here. So he definitely was interested and told Gail to relay the message to me, like, hey, listen, we'll start bringing her in soon. And this was like towards the end of 2019. So I was working between Ring of Honor and NWA at the time, and then doing some NXT stuff in between. And I got that news. I was super excited because all it took was Kiera telling me to do this. Yeah. And then when 2020, when the pandemic hit, I was like, oh, well, I'm definitely not getting signed anywhere. And then Tommy Dreamer gave me a call and said, hey, we're doing tapings in Nashville. You could come down. There's nothing guaranteed, but you come down, you give yourself a try, and we'll take it from there. And I couldn't let that opportunity go because you just never know. So I went down there, and Kiera was down there. And because of the interaction of how we are backstage with each other, they just completely loved it. And they said, hey, we want you two guys to just team up and see how it works from there. And that's all it took from us. We're like, okay, that's what you want? Okay, yeah. Sure. Then listen, we're going to give you the best that we can give to you guys, and you won't regret it. And we have become the most entertaining two of the entire 2020 for Impact because there was no fans. So there was nothing to react off of. It was all us. Like, we would talk during our matches. We would do our own commentary during our matches. We were just basically being annoying, but funny annoying that everyone just loved it. So that's how Fire and Flava came along, and we became the 2-time Knockouts World Tag Team Champions until Kiera went to AEW, and she's doing big things over there. He said, "Boo." Don't worry, Fire and Flava will be back. We'll reunite. We'll be back soon. But right now, we gotta do our own thing now. She's gotta shine. I gotta shine, and then we'll come back like a reunion.
Yeah, that's awesome. I just watched. I looked up some of your stuff. I just watched. We just had Mickie James on and put first out thing out with her. I saw your match. I think it was like a street fight or Philadelphia, some street fight or whatever. That was pretty intense. It was awesome, man. What was it like getting in the ring with meeting Gail Kim, getting in the ring with Mickie James, all that kind of stuff? Kind of people that were revolutionized the women's wrestling, if you will. I mean, that's got to be pretty cool, right?
Yeah, it's definitely like it's one of those things where you're like, oh, I'll never get to meet them. Oh, I'll never get in the ring with them because they've done everything. They've been around the world. So by the time you get there, they're just like at this point where they're like, well, we're retiring, we're done. We'll let the younger generation go, So I never thought that would happen for me. So when Mickie did come back in 2021 and she was getting in the ring with Deanna, I was like, oh, she's just going to have a thing with Deanna. And that was it. But when my time of being number one contender for the Knockouts World Championship came, and I won the first ever Knockouts Ultimate X match, and Mickie still being the women's champion, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And the first thing in my mind was I have to give my 1000%. Like, I can't half-ass this. I can't be all marked out and shit. Yeah. I have to really show her, who I am, what I'm made of, why I work so hard to get here, why I want to be in the ring with people like her, so I can have that torch passed to me, so I can have that good reputation, and for her to say, yeah, she's a great worker. Like, yeah, like getting that good rep in. So it was nerve-wracking at first. I definitely can't say I was nervous, but I was. But I let all that go and definitely gave her my all, and I became the greatest that beat the greatest. Because I beat her.
Yeah,
Not
she
once.
was a champ,
I
Rip.
beat
Did you
her,
know
Rip.
that?
I whooped her ass. I did that. That was me.
Well, you were probably inspired by me, so I can.
Probably.
I-
I took that, OVW Rip Rogers mentality, and I
Mhm.
used it because I know she used to train in OVW. So it's just like, yeah.
And you knew. You said, "Well, I'm hot.
Yep.
Rip's hot. I
Yep.
got swag.
Rips.
Yep.
He got
I got
swag.
the flavor.
I mean, it don't get any better than that. We can make a little mocha.
Have you ever watched any of Rip's old matches? Did you watch his old OVW stuff? Did you watch him with
Yeah, Damon had us watch his shit.
the pigtails, the
Yes.
ponytails, the pink, and all that kind of stuff? Yeah.
And then Rip would post all his matches, so we had no choice. We definitely had to.
Yeah, we had no
Had no choice.
We had no choice. We had to watch.
We had to watch all Rip shit, But it was very educational at the end of the day.
Yeah, she saw how I had that rolled up wash rag down my pants, and how it enhanced my look.
See, Rip, you can't see how you talk about it, and you're not being about it.
No, I'm not mean about it. Hey, it don't get any better than that.
You're false advertising, Rip. See,
I saw the goosebumps on you, and I'd walk by and I could just see you going.
But then I saw the wash rag, and I was like, "Oh, false advertisement."
Oh God,
bummer. See, you got a chance, Rip, until that happened.
Until the false advertisement. When you false advertise, then that just turns everybody.
Well, I accidentally walked in the girls' shower room
Accidentally,
and I dropped my. I was scared, and I went, "Ah!" and I dropped my towel.
And then it got cold.
And there's Tasha Steelz, and she looks at me, and she goes, "Is that it?" And I said, "Oh," I just shrugged my shoulders. A tear come down my left cheek slowly, and I was butthurt.
you were done.
I was done. I lost all my confidence.
You lost all your swag.
I lost all my swag because Tasha Steelz, she didn't really. She said, "Is that it?" And then she goes like this. And I said, "Oh my gosh." I didn't know what to do. I was going to pull my rosary out and start a Hail Mary, glory be to the Father, our Father, a rosary or whatever.
But I'm petty, so I have to. I'm petty Steelz.
So let's back up a little bit. You were being so you were doing extra work, right, Damien, or however you got into doing extra work. So what all did you do? You did stuff with the WWE, like on WWE TV, or just NXT stuff, or what were you doing with them?
Of course, the average, like No Way Jose conga lines I did. I never had a match in WWE. NXT, I tried to get a couple matches because majority of people down there were my friends and people I knew already. But that wasn't the direction they were going in. So I did a couple segments like with Velveteen Dream and all that stuff like that. But as far as like matches, I didn't do anything on TV, but we did, of course, our practice matches and stuff like that to try and impress everybody. But they just had different directions for everybody. It was so many extras that would come down, so many enhancement talents that would come down. So it's kind of hard to choose from, but I understood because I was just like, I didn't want to be in that state of, here's this girl, she's the jobber, and then here I am trying to, I got to work 10 times harder now to be the talent. So it was best for me to not be seen being in the ring and getting that label versus, all right, I'll just get to the tryouts. I'll do what I can at the tryouts. And if that doesn't work, I can always go elsewhere. So that's what happened for me.
So when you got the call from Dreamer, what was that like? Take us through that. I mean, was that like had to be pretty sweet, right?
Yeah, so I worked right before so the same day I had my WWE tryout, the last day I legit had a tryout match, and then after the match I immediately jumped on a plane in my gear and I worked that night for Dreamer's House of Hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Show. So I had like a 3-hour gap of just getting from the tryouts to his show and then working on his show. And he was very impressed by that. He really admired that because I could have just said, hey, I'm tired. I'm coming from this tryout. Like, I can't do it. But he admired the hustle. He admired what I did. So he always kept like my name at the top of his list every single time when anybody would just like say, hey, we're going to start like bringing in some girls. And he will always just say my name. And it was just this one loop that I went to in Atlanta for Impact. And he had asked if I can cut a promo. And I was like, of course I can cut a promo. And like right then and there on the spot, he gave me a topic. I cut the promo. He stopped everybody while I was done with the promo and said, this is why we need to hire Tasha Steelz, and put me over in their production meeting the next day. And even Raven came up to me and he was like, oh, so you're Tasha Steelz? And I was like, yeah. And he was just saying how Dreamer put me over. And I just appreciate, because Dreamer didn't have to do it. And that's how I ended up getting the call in 2020, because that was the first name that they thought of like, okay, we're going to bring more girls, but safely. So yeah, that's how that came about. It was pretty sweet.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. I have a really good, close relationship with Dreamer now.
Oh, I'm jealous.
He's like Uncle Tommy.
Uncle Rip.
Uncle Rip, Uncle Tommy.
Hey, I'm in the prime of life. I got swag. I talk that shit. Shit.
Who will win in a match right now if it was you and Dreamer? Who you think will win?
Well, I couldn't even get in the ring, so Tommy would win. he could beat me in 10 seconds to
3 seconds.
To 3 seconds, yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know. Sometimes it takes Dreamer. It takes Dreamer a minute to get in the ring. He might get blown up when he get in the ring too.
Oh.
So.
I mean, I don't want to put myself over, but
you do. You wouldn't say that to begin with.
But I did put Rip out of wrestling, So
there we go.
Yeah, what an asshole you were.
Yeah,
see, you're also
and what you did. You hurt my further relationships. I could have something going with the hot mamacita, but she's just busy being an Impact superstar now. Why would she want to be this guy who's a little bit over the hill? I should have been dead 20 years ago. And then she's saving her most prized possession for me, And right now she's probably dripping.
Our viewership just went down. My goodness.
It don't get any better than this, Tasha. You know that.
Great. It's Freaky Friday too.
Freaky Friday.
Is it Friday?
I don't know why. Is every Friday Freaky Friday, or why is today Freaky Friday?
We would have to say Freaky Friday because the freaks come out at night. It's the weekend, and that's where it starts. They come out, and that's how it starts on a Friday. You can't do it on a Thursday. Thursday, then you still got a work day on a Friday.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's basically the weekend right there.
Well, you just need like 3 sugar daddies.
Only 3?
Is that you?
You think so?
No, her.
I think I just need one good one, and that's it.
Oh no, 3, and then you can use them against each other. Well, this other one, he pays this, he pays that. I need this. Okay. I need that.
So
and then I'll show you. I'll give you more money. I'll buy you a better car. I'll pay your rent faster than him.
Now I did a little Googling.
Mm-hmm.
That's research. We don't do a lot of research on this show.
We don't do any research. Yeah. Get real.
Now I'm gonna try to ask this nicely. It's not a bad thing. Don't worry too much here.
Okay.
Now, did you got into wrestling a little bit later in life? Is that
yes.
true?
Like
compared to like what some people do. I didn't get started until I was like 20. I don't do it now. I'm 40, almost 49 now, but 28ish, 29ish, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
What you got in a little bit later?
Yeah, and mine was. I think it was like around that same time. Yeah, I got into it because like I said, I tried school and I tried other ventures before I said, all right, I'm going to be a professional wrestler. Because at the end of the day, life happens, and sometimes you can't get started on things that you really want to. You get a detour and it happens, but as long as you continue your dream and go for your passion, that's all that matters. It didn't make me feel bad because I read a lot about on DDP, and DDP started extremely late, and he's successful today. So I don't really think it's age wise, and plus I never looked like. I don't look how I look now.
Yeah, you don't look. Yeah, you look like you're about 18. So
black don't crack, Mama.
It sure don't. It sure don't, Rip. And
no, you just fucking hot.
We're live now. Be careful.
Oh, we're live. Okay,
yeah, we're live.
Oh, okay.
We're live, buddy.
Can't edit any of this out, Rip.
Okay.
Yeah, but I always maintain an athletic body, and fitness was my thing.
Oh.
So I always just maintained until I knew I was ready to get in the ring. So
yeah, I mean, I'm not saying you're old. I mean, just
No,
older, getting
I wanna
started
make it
than
clear
others.
for everybody out there, because some
Yeah, you look like you're 18. But what I was getting at, did you find it maybe an advantage or disadvantage? Because we've had so many people on this show that got signed when they were like 19, 20, 21. They were done at 25. No more wrestling. So they'd been to the WWE a few years, fired at 25, 26, and really never heard of from again. And they would say we were just too young, like we didn't know any better, we were too immature. So maybe kind of what I'm getting at. Do you think it's a little more advantage that maybe you are a little bit older, a little more mature, getting signed for the first time?
Yeah, I think it's an advantage for me. But I would say if this was like 10 years ago, then I would feel bad. Like, damn, I got into this game late and it's bad.
Yeah.
But I think it's an advantage because when you're a teenager, that's the time for you to be a kid and be a teenager. Don't rush yourself because you never know what you really want to do. So I think that's the time of, okay, you can get into wrestling camps, but don't make it like absolutely you have to do wrestling. Like try school or try something else because once you devote yourself to wrestling, that's it. That's your life. It's professional wrestling. Like so if you really want to be signed, you have to know you're going to be on the road for these amount of days and you're barely going to see your family and you're not going to go to these parties that you want to go to when you were a kid, So I think going through all of that and then realizing, okay, that I'm 100% ready to live this lifestyle, that's definitely an advantage for me. But I knew I had to work 10 times harder than the 21-year-old because here I am at 28 already, and I should have already either been signed or like maybe at least 5 years into my career. And I'm not. And I'm like, what, 1 year in, okay, already? So yeah, I just worked 10 times hard, and it wasn't bad for me. Like I just made it like good competition to see that I can hang with the younger girls being how old that I was. So
yeah, it kind of seems like that all goes in waves. I mean, there for a while back in the day, WWE was hiring all 19, 20, 21-year-olds, and then they started hiring, mid-30s people going to NXT. So I think it just depends, but I think they've kind of, I don't know if you want to say smartened up, but started hiring again people that were more experienced, more mature, ready for the big stage and that kind of stuff. So I think it's a good thing myself. You got any opinion on age, Rip?
Well,
it's not sexual.
Well, now, hey, don't
age ain't nothing but a number.
don't stretch it that much now. But now in your 20s, you're supposed, God made you so you're stupid.
Hey.
Yeah. And then you get a little maturity to you. My problem is I'm 68 and I'm still stupid. So, but that's what I want to be. So
I want to be stupid.
Yeah, I want to have a good. I want to have a good time. I don't have to worry about cutting grass and stuff like that.
Adulting sucks.
Who wants to be? Oh, I want to grow up. I said, why? I said, you're living in mom's basement. You got 3 square meals a day. You got your own TV. You got what you want. You got that free beater car. What else you got to worry about? Man, you can train all day and just chase women or just let them come to you if you got swag like me. But, that's very, very, very few, seldom in between there. But so you being that mature, and then what you do too is see, now you're a hot girl, a hot mocha, and then you're older, but they don't know that.
They don't,
because you kayfabe them on everything. She's the girl that don't let any information out. So she's got all these hot males just wanting her, just craving her, just buying her stuff, and she's just using them. And then she'll just take her foot and just push them away.
I said not sexual, but that didn't last too long.
You can't tell Rip that.
To what?
Hey, we got a question. It says, how did you ask Tasha, how did Samantha Evans ended up teaming with her? I can't read on this little
Savannah. So
Savannah, yes. I can't see shit. Yes,
so
Savannah.
Fire and Flavor was coming to an end because Kiera decided to go to AEW. She decided to venture out. Yeah, thumbs down. Boo. So I I guess I was in my feelings and I didn't want that to happen. So I had to hire somebody to just send Kiera on her way. Like, oh, you want to leave me? Well, here's your care package in the form of Savannah Evans, who is a vicious, savage monster. And she put her out. Now, I didn't touch her, but Savannah did. So I just want to put that on record. Because a lot of people say, oh, why'd you turn on? I didn't touch her. I didn't touch Kiera. If you look the footage back, technically it was Savannah that touched her. You know, she just handled the work for me. I just stood there and watched. Now, did I do anything?
Innocent bystander.
No. But at the same time, she made her decision and I made mine. So there we go.
Got it.
All in the heels work.
So she just came in and did it for you. Now you don't have to worry about it because she's in AEW now.
She's in AEW. But we'll never know. Fire and Flavor might either reunite or might have the greatest rivalry. You never know.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll all come back around. I'm sure eventually. Speaking of, what do you think what do you think the future holds for Tasha Steelz? Where do you see this going? Year, 2 years, 5 years?
I definitely see myself going for the Knockouts World Championship again. I see myself being at least a 2-time Knockouts World Champion. It's funny because I've done so much within 2 years of being an Impact, and which took probably other women longer to do. So I've accomplished first evers. I've won first ever matches. I've accomplished being part of history. I've made history. I've been a 2-time tag champion. I've already been a world champion already. I've been in the ring with legends. I've defeated them. I've been in the ring with majority of the rest of the roster of women. So my thing is okay, what's next? But I would like to definitely capture the Knockouts World Championship once again, and maybe just have that ride out with that and see where it goes from there. But I definitely want to see a lot more for Savannah as well, who's with me right now. I know that she's great and she has a hell of a talent, and I definitely want to see her pushed up there more because, you know, here I am. I've done everything. So now let me send out my monster. Let me show you guys how savage she really is. So I definitely want to see a lot more from her as well.
Who beat you for the title?
Okay, so it was like I was in the first ever Queen of the Mountain match, and I would say all of them beat me.
Was
And
that
that's
the big ladder spot or the
Yeah.
big ladder match deal with? Okay.
Yeah, and it was all of them that beat me. It wasn't just one.
It took them all to take you down.
That's what it is, because I'm the Boricua badass, and you can't just one-on-one beat me. You have to have a whole bunch of people jump me. So that's what that was, and they all beat me. And that's okay, because I'm just going to go and get back what's mine. I just got to climb that ladder again. And I don't mind doing that, because I'm a hustler. Right, Rip? I'm a hustler.
Here's when I go into a seminar and Tasha was there,
Oh
she wouldn't say one word the whole time. It's like she was shy and subdued. You didn't know she was super mamacita, super mocha. You know,
We're on live, Rip.
there's nothing wrong with that. And I had spent all that time in Puerto Rico because I knew someday I'm going to be able to talk that lingo. You know.
That's why you went to Puerto Rico, because you knew one day you'd meet Tasha Steelz.
Well, the best thing ever was when I'd be there and on the beach, and they have these hot.
And beaches are fun, actually.
The what?
The beaches are fun in Puerto Rico.
Oh my God! I lived about 500 feet from the ocean, so I was at the gym right away to get all pumped. Then I guess posed it to Mr. Puerto Rico there. Mm-hmm. Oh, so it's too bad you wasn't there at the time. But then again, I don't think you were born yet. So, but I was just
probably not.
I was just waiting in righteous anticipation of meeting Mamacita. So what the hell, right?
You just come to Jersey.
Huh?
That's it. Just come to Jersey.
Just come to Jersey.
Yeah, just come to Jersey.
It's just Jersey's such a scum hole.
What?
Oh, Rip.
My God!
Come on.
No. Philadelphia's the biggest scum hole.
Now Philly sucks.
Yeah, but when I come into that, anytime I come in that Newark airport, I'm trying to keep from getting robbed.
Oh my God!
You name it. That East Coast, whatever it is. Now,
You
even
know-
though I had swag,
We don't like outsiders sometimes, because the outsiders are always like slow and just
well, I'm not. Well, I am in the prime of life,
thank
so I
you,
wasn't
thank you.
slow.
We hate manners in Jersey. We don't like that. We don't like that Southern hospitality stuff. It's like when you're on the road, you're not doing at least 65 or more on the road. Now you're driving slow and you're holding us up. So now we got to honk our horn. We got to flash the high beams. And then if we're standing in line getting like, some coffee, or you're in the grocery store and you're just standing there all politely and stuff, like hurry the fuck up. That's just how we are. That's our mentality. Like, just get your shit and get out. But no, you have to conversate and how you doing and all this stuff and
She
being
always
nice.
says that
We
to
don't be
me.
nice in Jersey.
No,
New York, New
Tasha
Jersey, we're
always-
not nice.
She's saying you're slow, Rip.
I know what she says. She's
You're old and slow.
whatever I'm doing, she always goes, "Hurry up," and then winks at me. Hurry up. Can you go any faster?
Hurry up, because you false advertise. So now you need to hurry up.
Well, I can't help it if the wash rag slipped down.
Buckshot Kid, I better stop this conversation. Buckshot Kid said Tasha didn't get pinned. So he's got your back. Said you didn't get pinned. You got cheated out of the title. Didn't get pinned. Should still be your. I never did like that in matches, man.
What's that?
I should still
Where
be
the champion doesn't actually get pinned and then they're not the champion anymore.
That's
Like
the sucky part. The sucky part is I technically didn't lose. I didn't lose. It's just this stupid match, got put together, and I got put in this position of I have to defend it against 5 girls at one time.
Well, you might as well made it 6 then. Do what the hell, right?
It probably was. I mean, it was, let's see, you had Mickie James. She was the enforcer. Why? We don't know why. Okay, Gail made the match, so we already knew she was just, against Tasha Steelz already. Then she added Mia Yim, like where's she come from? Then it was Deanna, Chelsea, and Jordan. Like, so yeah, all of them. They were all against Tasha Steelz, and who couldn't be, because look at all this. Look at all this flavor. They wanted it. They don't have it. So
three of those women you just named have been on our show, Rip, and all 3 of them were either early or on time or early. All 3 of those.
Well,
Gail Kim,
if you had Deanna on, there's no way she was on time.
Who?
You had Deanna on?
Deanna was on, yeah.
There was no way she was on time.
Oh, she was.
Did we come on there, or we do it when I shot it at the convention?
No, she was on here. Okay. She was on her show, man.
Yeah.
So she came on time from her house on the show. You didn't stop her at a convention or nothing.
No, right here. Oh, we saw her at a convention too. But
that's why you saw her at the convention. You didn't. It wasn't like this where
no. We two things. So we saw her at the convention and whatever. She cut a couple promos for us. But no, we had an interview with her on here, just like we're doing with you. And she was, she might have even been early. I think maybe
she was early.
Oh, I think so. For us, right? Remember, she was like, "Oh, for you guys, I'm going to be early."
Now I feel bad.
Don't feel bad. I'm just giving you shit.
Now I feel bad.
It's all right. I'll take it out on Damien next time I see him. Don't worry.
You had Gail on?
Yeah, we had Gail on. Yeah.
You had Gail on. Gail was on time?
Oh, yeah. She was early too, I think.
Okay, I could.
Hey,
she does like to be early.
Gail was so over. A couple years ago, she sent me a couple boxes of her husband's candy bars.
Yeah, she was supposed to send them again. Did she? And you held out on me or no?
No, I didn't get none.
You didn't get them?
No,
not this time. A couple years ago, she did. He said.
Yeah.
I'll tell Gail. I'll be like, Rip said he didn't get his.
Yeah, do it. When you
and
do.
She says, "Well, I sent him once." She said, "Well, he was expecting him again."
I'll say that to her.
Yeah,
we'll be in Louisville, Kentucky in November. So yeah. The 18th and the 19th we'll be in Louisville.
For what are they, like spot shows? What?
So it's I believe it'll be a special. And then it's one day's TVs. So
oh really?
But the announcement will come, I think, after next weekend, which is the Las Vegas taping. So
hey, we'll just take our show down there, Rip.
Just come down. Yeah, come down, and I'll make sure you have your protein bars, and I'll make sure Gail brings them.
Oh,
yeah.
And then we'll have a good conversation face to face. I haven't seen you in a long time, Rip. We got to have this face to face.
Well, I'm hotter than before,
That's what I said. You look good. You got
Maybe your bangs will grow out by then.
Well, she can't see that close, I'm above average. I'm above average looking, but with this super swag, hey, the girls, they just can't fight the feeling. I can't blame them, What the hell?
All right. Well, I think we're going to wrap this thing up. See, we've been on about an hour and 10 minutes. So we usually do about an hour show, but I've been giving you a lot of shit, but I really do appreciate your time.
A lot of extra flavor on here. So.
I really do appreciate you coming on here. I'm being mean, Rip. That's all it is. I'm just ribbing you. It's not a big deal.
She's a mean girl now. See, she knows how hot.
Well, she's over now. She's a big contract. She's a big TV star. I mean,
she'll try to big time my ass.
I was never big time. I
said shit. I can see her text to me. I said, "Am I going to answer?" Oh hell no!
You didn't even answer me. Exactly.
She gonna call me on the phone, and I'll say, "Oh, it must have been. That's just a butt call."
Oh
she's just ribbing me.
That reminds me. Rip sent me your number. I sent you a text. She never texted me back. She texted me back.
Text you back
about 3 hours later or something.
She looks at the relationship channel. She knows she's supposed to make you wait. Yeah. She goes, "Oh, there's Von Line. He's sitting there staring at his phone because I'm hot. I'm Tasha Steelz, and he's waiting on me."
In all fairness, I keep my phone on silent. So if I'm doing something, I'll put my phone down and I'll walk away and do what I need to do. And then I'll be like, "Oh yeah, I don't have my phone on the ringer or anything like that." So I have to come back to it every now and then and just check
No, you keep.
Where can people find you?
At Real T Steelz on Instagram and Twitter. That's STEELZ.
Get it right
at the end. And TheTashaSteelz.com. I'll have some new content coming up. I got some photo shoots on the way. So Rip, I know you will love it, Rip. Yep.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on. Thanks for being a good sport.
Yes.
The best is when she looks me in the eye.
Have you on a
she don't say a word, and then her tongue just goes across her mouth. She just goes.
Get that title back. We're getting off here before something bad happens live on YouTube.
Thanks, Tasha.
Tasha Steelz, ladies and gentlemen.
Greatest
Thank
ever.
you.
Bye, guys.
Watch. I said watch. Watch this next video that's coming up on your screen. Remember now, watch it.
That I can't get the shit closed.